Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Picard broke Star Trek's Enterprise Captain mold in one big way. When Captain Jean-Luc Picard took over command of the U.S. Enterprise D, his career was already different from those of previous Enterprise captains. When Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, took over command of the newly commissioned U.S. Enterprise D in the pilot of Star Trek The Next Generation, he had already accomplished one thing that other Enterprise captains had not. Picard would eventually become one of Starfleet's most accomplished captains, and he is most remembered for his time commanding the Enterprise D. Picard commanded the Enterprise D for 8 years and the Enterprise E for several more beyond that, before accepting a promotion to admiral. While Jean-Luc Picard's greatest claim to fame is his tenure as the captain of the Enterprise D, that was not his first command posting. Before he ever sat in the captain's chair on the Enterprise bridge, Picard commanded the U.S. Stargazer, a Constellation-class starship that launched in 2326. Picard served as a bridge officer before eventually taking over command of the Stargazer when the captain and first officer were killed. Picard's actions as acting captain so impressed Starfleet that they promoted him permanently to the position in 2333. U.S. Stargazer made Picard different from Captains Archer, Pike, and Kirk. Captain Jonathan Archer, Scott Bakula, Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, and Captain James T. Kirk, William Shatner, all landed on the U.S. Enterprise as their first command position. Kirk became captain of the Enterprise in 2265, after serving as the first officer of the U.S. Farragut. Kirk took over the Enterprise from Captain Pike, who had served as the first officer of the Enterprise, before taking the center seat from Captain Robert Adrian Holmes. In the 22nd century, Archer served as the captain of the first starship named Enterprise after a career as a test pilot in Starfleet's NX program. Although Archer, Pike, and Kirk were all experienced officers by the time they became captain of the Enterprise, they still had to discover what kind of captains they were going to be. Picard had already been captain of the Stargazer for 22 years before taking over command of the Enterprise D. During his years on the Stargazer, Picard saw action during the Cardassian Wars and lost his friend and fellow officer, Jack Crusher, Doug Wirt, on an away mission. Picard had an earned confidence about who he was as a person and as a starship captain, which is apparent from TNG's very first episode. Picard's time on the Stargazer made him a better captain. While the Enterprise D might be the ship Picard is most remembered for, he actually commanded the Stargazer for longer. Picard likely worked through many of the problems that plague young starship captains on the Stargazer. Not only did he learn from and work with the crew of the Stargazer before he earned the big chair, but he likely also learned how to handle a number of difficult situations. Picard and his crew were forced to abandon the Stargazer after the ship was heavily damaged by a Ferengi vessel, and Picard was court-martialed for losing his ship. He was later acquitted and would go on to have a long and distinguished career. From his first moments on the Enterprise D, Picard was an inspiring presence who radiated the type of confidence that only comes from years of experience. Even in TNG Season 1, Picard handles himself well and has a clear sense of who he is and how he commands a starship. Archer, Pike, Kirk, and Picard all made great Enterprise captains, but Picard was the only one who had the benefit of being a captain before taking over the iconic Enterprise D in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Thanks for watching.